Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Randall's Comics. And hope everyone's having a wonderful Wednesday. And I was watching some comic uh, shows last week, and these two books just kept popping up. And I'm pretty sure everyone knows it's this Dior book and White Sky or Vanilla Sky. And I'm thinking FOMO all over again. Here we go with the '90s. I did a show here, I want to say a few months back about FOMO in the '90s, and it is alive and well uh, in the comic industry today. So let's take a look at the first book, shall we? Which is the Orc book. This is I think it's called Diorc. It's about an orc or something. Yeah, Diorc. And I looked up some prices on eBay, and scrolling's like 80. There's some other issues, like I think it went sold for 70. But for a book that just came out, not even a month ago, it's kind of I don't want to say insane, but and let's take a look at the other book, which is White Sky. And like I said, those are some list prices on eBay, what it's going, what people are asking for. Let's look at some sold prices. Go scroll down, scroll down. Let's see what we got here. Keep going, keep going. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. Sold items. Now let's take a look at the sold items. All right, that's going for about $40. It's been on a couple of weeks. Oh, here's some. All right, so about 40, 35, $40 is the latest sale. That's not too bad. And like I said, I remember this back in the '90s with Superman. Let's take a quick look at the Superman FOMO, shall we? Let's click it on there.
Day who did him in. The Man of Steel has met his match in a battle to defend Metropolis, and from New York to Los Angeles, faithful readers are snapping up the final Doomsday issue, even though many are skeptical about Superman's demise.
I think he'll come back as the same. It just, they'll make up a story how he can come back, but he'll...
Alrighty, and I remember that Superman FOMO, the death of Superman, and everyone even then knew it was kind of a marketing ploy, but people still waited in line to snatch up copies of Death of Superman, and some of them were each actually saying, they're going to put their kids through college with this book. So anyway, but if people are going to line up and pay people hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for cars, houses, comic books, who's the seller? No, what's his right to tell them no if they want to pay that much money for it? So if you want to line up,
You have no choice of carrier, the battery can't hold a charge, and the reception isn't very...
Shut up and take my money!
then like I said, I hope you enjoy what you got. So anyway, let's take a quick look at some of the FOMO books that I got from the '90s, shall we? Stick around. Alrighty, let's take a quick look at some of the FOMO books from the '90s that I have. Let's see here. Here's Cyber Force #1. This is, of course, one of Image's their first books. This was the Mark Silvestri. Some more FOMO. The Max. Yes, this one can put the kids through college. Let's not forget a little X-Force. They sold these by the millions. And this one actually even has the Deadpool card in it. Still bagged. Probably worth about $5. And here's some Uncanny X-Men #282. First appearance of Bishop. And like I said, this has a little value, but like I say, it's not, I'm going to retire on it value, maybe 15, $20. And lest we not forget New Mutants 100. Another one's going to break the bank. X-Force #2. Second appearance of Deadpool. Now, of course, the first appearance of Deadpool, that one, like I said, that'll buy you a good steak dinner. And of course, we have Batman. Bane broke Batman's back. And these are some respectable books, but like I said, they're all spec books. And of course, now Lobo, But this isn't the first appearance of Lobo, like I say so. But anything with Lobo in it right now, people are specking. Some Mark Spears. I think I saw that this was going for like $40 if you had to get it graded a 9.8. But all these books were like speculative books when they came out. And of course, here's some more Mark Spears. I pulled this one from a blind bag pull. Some Ghost Rider. I think this is the first appearance of Lilith. Another spec book. One of the first gimmick books to start it all. The Glow in the Dark Ghost Rider. Issue 15. And let's not forget the spec book that everybody wanted. Death of Superman. Black bag. You can get these they're in dollar bins. But anyway. So what do y'all think about specking? Like it, hate it? Stick around for this episode of You Know. Thank you for joining me for tonight's episode of Randall's Comics and You Know. If you like what I brought you, please smash that like and subscribe button, hit the notification bell. And like I said, with speculating, people speculate with anything. With comic books, with Beanie Babies, with cups. I mean, there was something about Starbucks cup, those thermoses, cars, housings, the stock market. Americans like to gamble. Americans like to speculate. So it's you and your money. And if you want to spend above, buy something when it's hot, then like I said, be my guest. It's your money. You're free to do with your money what you want to do with your money. So like I said, appreciate you for joining for another episode of Randall's Comics. And you guys take care, and I'll see you next week. Show me